Hi friends, how are you guys doing? I want to do a tote bag today, a bright yellow tote bag. Can you imagine what I'm going to put on this? I am going to use our Peanuts transfer, Snoopy. Isn't he cute? Do you remember watching Peanuts all the time on TV when we had black and white TV, maybe color TV? The specials like the Thanksgiving, the Great Pumpkin, so much fun. Well, we're gonna go ahead and use them today on this tote bag. Now this tote bag is fabric, so since we're using fabric, we wanna use ink. And the reason we wanna use ink is because that's our permanent solution. It allows it, once it's heat set, to be washed and the design will stay. If we were using paste, it might wash off. So we're gonna use ink. So when you use ink, there's a couple things you need to think about. One is you need to use an ink mat or something sticky or something to protect the other side of your fabric. So we're gonna place this right in the middle of our bag, and it's to protect the other side of the fabric so that the design does not go through. The ink is kind of liquid and it will go through if you don't protect the other side. Okay, the ink mat is sticky. We have these in different sizes. We just got a new size in with this new launch. Sometimes you can purchase the larger size and cut them down to size if you need something smaller. And that's what I did with this one. Let's see, I'm gonna try and get it in here centered because it helps me center the design if it's centered. So let me be a little picky about this. Okay, so I think, well, there's still more room on this side, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm gonna smooth this down, make sure it's stuck and that it's firmly in place so that it doesn't move around on me. And here's our transfer. Now these are reusable sticky transfers. And the key part to making them reusable is to clean them and take care of them. So I'm just gonna remove it from its protective transfer backer and keep this because you wanna put it back on there when you're done. Now see how sticky they are? Since we're going on fabric, we're not gonna fuzz it. If we were going on a different surface, we would fuzz it, which just means to reduce that stickiness a little bit so that it doesn't pull up parts of the surface underneath. But this is fabric, and so we want it to stick really well. We don't want it to slide around. We don't want any air bubbles. Here's a little piece of a dot of something under there. And it's usually okay if you have a dot, like there's one here, but it's not around my silk screen. The silk screen is the part that you can see through, and wherever you see the yellow, that's where the ink is going to pass through the transfer and land on your surface below. And hopefully it'll be caught by the ink mat underneath. I'm going to make this a real easy design today. One color, we're using black velvet ink. You could do many different things. You could color this in afterwards, but I'm gonna make it simple today. Have you guys ever used ink before? I've got a lot on here. Let me get some of it off. Okay, the ink is a little bit different from our paste. It's still paste in the ink form. That will be permanent once it's heat set, but it also stains. So you want to be careful to have clean hands. Don't get ink anywhere you want. And when you start pasting, start it on the green part, the teal part of your transfer to reduce the chance of bleeding. And you're just going to smooth this on. It glides a little easier than the paste actually. It dries a little slower so you don't have to work as fast. And you want to go one direction only to prevent bleeding. If you go side to side, up and down, it may get underneath the sticky part of the transfer, the edges of the silk screen, and it may just bleed a little bit, which means to go outside the lines, kind of like coloring outside the lines. It's pretty sometimes, but we kind of generally try not to. I'm going over the top of this again. I'm smoothing out the ink, trying to get rid of any lines that I may have put in here, kind of like brush strokes. And I'm making sure I've got coverage in all the areas. And I am also removing anything extra that will help with the drying of this. Okay, you guys, this is going to be a quick project because I'm going to let this dry completely before I heat set it tomorrow or tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and cap up my ink. I don't take chances with ink spilling on the carpet or getting on anything that I don't want it to. Make sure my hands are clean. So they are clean. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do our reveal. We're going to pull this up slowly. And as we go, we're assessing our work. Did we get everything covered? Now at this point, it's almost off. If I were to see something that needed more ink, which I don't, I would be able to lay it back down and re-ink it, but I don't. So I'm going to take it off, put my transfer down so I can clean it. And this is what we have, guys. I'm going to let it go ahead and dry like this overnight. Oh, it's so cute. It'll dry overnight. And then tomorrow, once it's all dry, I'm going to come back and I will heat press it. I'll put some parchment paper over the top and use my Cricut Easy Press to heat set it for just 30 seconds on both sides. And then it will be permanent. And if we need to wash it in the washer, we can. We can. It's that easy. I'm going to go ahead and clean my ink mat. I'm going to set this aside. So I don't mess it up. And I'm going to show you how to clean this transfer. All I do is lay it down sticky side down and I get some water. This can be any type of water. And I spray it down. This is easier if you do it right away when you're done. Although the ink is a lot easier to clean than the paste, I feel like. I'm going to get a paper towel for my first pass over. Now that's just because black does stain my board eraser. It will stain my transfer. So I'm going to try and get the most off before I use my board eraser because I've got a brand new board eraser. Okay, here's my board eraser. I had it sitting over here in a water bath. I put my dirty squeegee in here already, but I had it sitting in a water bath and my sponge is wet. I'm just going to go ahead and rub this all over the silk screen. This is the front. Look how much it picked up. I'm going to rinse it out. I'm going to flip it over. Now notice it went through onto my surface. I'm going to wipe that up because I don't want to re-pick up that dirty paste again. And I will go ahead and spray this down. This is the sticky side. It's not as dirty as your top side, but it's sticky. So you want to be gentle with this because the stick is what makes it reusable. So protect that sticky. I'm just going to go over and make sure all that ink is out of my silk screen. I'm going to get a paper towel, glide it over to dry it. Clean my counter underneath. Wipe off any dirty water on the top. And this cleaned up like a dream, guys. It really did. So now I'm going to go ahead and get my protective backer that we took off. There's a yellow side and a white side. The yellow side is the back, and the white side is what you want to stick to the sticky side. So white side, I've got the sticky side up, and you want to adhere this so that you don't get any air bubbles. And all the stickiness is protected by the backer. I usually get a paper towel one more time to rub it, just to get all the air bubbles out, all the water out. It's adhered. My sticky is all protected. I'm going to go ahead and get the protective sleeve it came in, and I store them in this. Some people don't. I do. I'm going to go ahead and kind of roll it into like a hot dog shape, a U shape. Slide it up to the top. Let it adjust and make sure, like, if you get sticky corners sticking up, stick those down. You want them on the backer, not on the sheet, not on the cellophane. So slide that up, and then it has a sticky flap here. We're going to go ahead and, I had tucked it in before. I'm going to release that, and I'm going to seal it up And I store them hanging or flat, depending on the seasons, in their bag. And so this is ready to be reused about a dozen times. Just take good care to clean it and protect that sticky side. So that is it. I will show you the bag one more time. Simple and easy. Now we could get white paste, our ink, and paste color the face and the shirt. It's a little more complex and a little more time consuming, but it's really cute when it's done. So maybe we'll do that on a different design later. But for now, it's a simple little Charlie Brown bag that I will heat set to make it permanent. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to know information about our monthly club subscription, it's called Club Couture, and it is a monthly DIY box sent to your house every month, $21.99 a month, and it includes an 8.5 by 11, which is the same size as this Charlie Brown transfer. One transfer that size, one accessory, so it's either a surface or an accessory piece, and usually 2 or 3 coordinating paste or ink packets to complete your project. The first month you sign up, you'll get a squeegee, so keep that to use for all your projects. And then you can have a whole project to complete every month. Every month it's different. It's an exclusive transfer sent to your door. Only club subscribers and designers can get that transfer. And it's a lot of fun. If you ever want to get online and meet together, we can do it together on a Zoom meeting and have fun seeing what everybody does with it. It gives you a suggestion on how to use it. And you don't have to use the paste colors that come with it. You can mix that up, but it's a lot of fun and it's inexpensive and it's a nice project every month. So I hope you sign up. Go ahead and comment club, the word club, in the comments and check your messenger if you want that. If you want information on what I used on this, the supply list, type in the word Tote, T-O-T-E, and you'll get the supply list sent to your messenger. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys again soon. Bye.